different kind of life. You're silent, bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning and today has started a little differently. It's chilly, so Stu switched on the diesel heater only to find it didn't come on.
What does that mean, Stu? Sorry, I don't get that.
And apologies for Stu's morning hair, but as you know, we always film the good and the bad.
Brilliant, that's what we need. It's a beautiful thing. Wunderbar. I can hear it starting. Well, I'll just put the diesel heater on. It's now flashing. It's gone off for some reason. I'm not quite sure what to do, to be honest. I need to read the instruction.
I don't know if it's the same in your household, but when we start to read the instruction manuals in our household, it generally means we haven't got a clue what's going on.
Lockout. After 12 failed attempts to start the heater, locks out. Let's try and turn it off and turn it back on again. It's flashing now. These LED lights are flickering.
I know. They were in the cab as well.
And Stu takes some pictures in case we need to share them with auto campers, showing them the symptoms. We then check the battery app that we have, and as I thought, we don't actually have enough charge, so it's not the heater that's the root cause, it was just an indication.
That's why it's cutting out, it's not enough juice, but which is why the lights are flickering probably. It's been solid up to now.
Stu has a logical brain from his engineering days, and we spend some time talking it through, as the battery was fine last night, or at least we thought it was.
It's actually only on, what, we're on day 3?
Yeah, something's caused it to drain overnight.
After all the power we've used, it can't just go down overnight. It's like it's just turned off. Disconnected.
I think we should get up and go for a drive.
Is the happy bus ready? It's all going too well. We should have known.
These things happen.
But it's been a miserable morning.
It's been a frustrating.
And plus,
it's been a frustrating one. I'm trying to work out is if I missed something. I think that's my first. But we'll see. I need to get it fully charged, and then we'll take it from there.
Just ticking the engine over, we can see the voltage has increased back up to around 12.7, which still isn't maximum. But the SOC percentage, whatever that means, is still 0, and that was 80% plus from what I can remember.
Right, we're off to Whaley Bridge to get some LPG. We're about half a tank. Probably going a bit early, but we need to run the battery out.
Right turn now.
I just want to give it a blast with the charge into the battery. The battery was, well, we thought it was the heater first, because the heater wasn't working, so we thought we had a heater problem. And then Jane asked for the app and realised that the battery was at 0%, so somehow it got fully discharged. Now, whether we've been 3 nights out, whether we've got an issue,
I suspect we have, because we did 4 nights and it didn't budge, so, well.
Yeah, but the fridge would have been working hard. So I can't believe it's gone from, it was 80% when I last looked at it. I need to just keep an eye on it. I don't know, until I got it fully charged back up, I won't know, to see if it fully discharges again.
So it looks like today is going to be an unplanned day of simply driving around and taking in whatever sights we're faced with. It's going to be one of those days all campervan and motorhome owners have from time to time.
I do a upper.
We first head towards Whaley Bridge for some LPG, and then onto a backup location if we need to at Morrison's in Hyde. The first location off the My LPG app made Stu a little nervous. Rightly or wrongly, as it was unmanned with a card reader attached to it, so we decided to give it a miss. So with that attempt aborted, we head on to the next location of Morrison's.
So we've done our usual trick of
not looking at the map.
Not looking at the map, and this is us now
following Harry
on our way to Morrison's,
which should be on the main drag.
There's a pub. Should we just stop?
Should we just stop there?
And yes, you guessed it, they're out of stock. And we wonder if this is a sign of things to come in campervanning.
It cost us 15 quid to drive over here.
So LPG location number 3 is Stockport, Cheshire Gas. And it seems at first an unlikely one, but here is a lesson in persistence that we'll share with you.
Turn left now and then your destination is ahead on the right.
Okay, fairly sure this is...
It's Parkup.
Was this on the LPG app? Oh, hold on. Go down there.
Make a U-turn now.
So Stu enters the offices to seek some help, but we're feeling it's maybe more for the larger commercial use rather than our little £3 of LPG. But we were completely wrong, and Stu emerges with a member of staff who was more than happy to help us out.
£2.55. Man. So there you go, guys. We're in. I'll put the location, Cheshire Gas. I ain't got a clue where we are. We're somewhere near Hyde anyway. Little backstreet place. Very helped me with the thing because I was incompetent as usual.
So today's plan remains the same. We need to get some miles on Harry's clock to charge the leisure battery, but also we need to head in the direction that we are ultimately going. We're making our way to North Yorkshire, but we're just a day earlier than originally planned, as that way we don't waste fuel, and we'll also see if the battery holds the charge. We head through the built-up area east of Manchester and up to the north of Burnley, stopping off on the way to fill it with fuel.
Distressing to see what this is going to cost. I think it's half a tank. Stu, is that half a tank? Oh, hello, goodbye. So there are no Twix.
Had blue. They did a deal.
You're determined I'm going to have Twix?
No, you don't have to. Two for £1. But she made it sound as though it was a bargain not to be missed.
Okay, can I just have half of one then, seeing as you got a bargain?
Well, that means I'm going to have to tuck into the second one.
No, you don't. You can just save that. I'm just saving it. Okay.
81 quid.
Was that half a tank?
No, plus I had blue.
We then start to head east and soon start to climb, transitioning from the urban landscape to more greener surroundings.
We're off into the wilds.
Your ears just popped. My ears have just popped. Which way are you going? Straight over. Clear. Edge out, clear. It's about 3 weeks away, but I'm quite happy to wait.
I don't know if I've got a place, and I'll
No, I'm with you. Car's been following right up our backside. The place that we were just going to park at, we were hoping to park at, is got a height bar. So what was it, 6 foot? 6 foot.
I don't think we'll stop there.
All the bikers were super friendly, each giving us a nod or a wave as they passed.
Just keep my hands up at the moment. Well, they're all very nice.
They were all very pleasant.
It's time for lunch and to check out the status of Harry and the leisure battery.
We're in Yorkshire somewhere.
We're in Yorkshire somewhere. we have no idea where we are most of the time.
It always pays to clean the solar panel to get maximum charge going to the battery, and today's episode has reminded me to do so.
Come off it.
Well, half's better than none.
And with a little bit of improvisation.
We're going to drive off with a rag on the top of the car. I can see you.
See, when we started this, we were at 11 volts this morning. You know,
Right.
the upper right one
Yeah.
said 11 volts. That's about 9% battery.
Right.
So that sort of makes sense. It's at 13.2 at the moment, which is 70%. So that's good. The bit I can't quite get my head round, what I'm missing is, so that's 13.2.
Yep.
I don't know what SOC percent means. Somewhat on charge.
Is that the Dudley explanation? SOC. Something on charge.
Something on charge.
The DC to DC charger between the engine and the battery is not always showing lit, which seems a bit odd to me, but we haven't really studied it in the past, so our knowledge is minimal. So surfing the net, I try to understand it more, and in a way this trip is exactly what we needed before we go to Ireland to test things, including our own knowledge of course. I checked the battery state, and although it's Sunday, I fire off an email with some questions to Auto-Campers and to a support email address at Lifos, the battery manufacturer.
So we're going to try and find somewhere that we can wild park. It's great to see we've seen lots of old campers, haven't we? And we like to think Harry will still be going. Let the happy bus continue.
Let's go, Geronimo.
We find another target for a free Parkup for the night, so we start to head that way.
That's one way to explain it.
And we immediately start to drive through a small cobbled road through the village of Heptonstall. In the mid-1980s they unearthed the original stone sets that have now been restored and act as a traffic calming measure. The location is mentioned in the Domesday Book, and it was the site of a battle in the early part of the English Civil War in 1643. It's historically a centre for hand loom weaving. The cottages and the terraced houses are characterised by the large first floor windows which were used to maximise the light for the weaving. We then head down to Hepton Bridge. Now ideally we would have stopped off and had a look round, as it's a really pretty little town, but today unfortunately we need to keep moving. Hepton Bridge also has a history, and it grew from the original settlement that we've just driven through at Heptonstall. The area also has connections with a few celebrities. The comedian John Richardson and Lucy Beaumont have lived here at some point, and Ed Sheeran spent part of his childhood growing up here. And we set off on the final leg to our Parkup, climbing out of the gorge where Hepton Bridge sits.
We saw this turning circle for a buzz, which started a language discussion.
It's a what?
A bus stop.
No,
Bus
it's
stop.
not how you
It's a bus
say it.
stop.
Say it.
In Dudley they call them buzzes.
The buzz. So how do you say B-U-Z-Z?
Buzz.
And how do you say the wheels on the...
Buzz. It's an efficient use of language.
They're both the bloody same.
Come on.
When one of your teeth are aching,
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Got toothache.
Toothache.
Yeah.
It's got a toothache.
Yeah.
But you don't say toothpaste.
Toothpaste.
Oh, you do? Toothpaste.
In your teeth.
Although this is not our original planned stop, as is the way in van life, when you see a place that feels right, then give it a go. It has a great view, and whilst a little close to the road it feels right for us.
It's just getting better. Bloody hell. Well, we weren't expecting that. Right, we're right in the middle of cooking, and he's decided he's...
We're not letting.
I knew it was bugging you when you parked up. But now he's decided to move it right in the middle of cooking.
don't do what I do.
And my job is to hold on to the laptop and the chicken. That's my job.
He goes. Nothing.
Something's gonna go. Right, just do it really slow. Slowly does it. I knew it was bugging him. And the red onion just flew across the table. Oh, slowly, slowly.
There's a lesson there. Always get your van level
before you put your onion on the table.
You put your onions on the board.
So a quick check on the status of the battery, and the voltage has continued to climb throughout the day, but the SOC percentage is still low. So we still have unanswered questions in the back of our mind, but that's going to have to wait for another day.
If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow. So please give us a like and a comment, as we really love to hear from you. But we know on the TVs it's a bit more complex.
Silent, holding, the wind is calling, you must return to